Hey guys, this is Tim from Dimmdrive.com with another video, really quick one, to show you about the real-time file synchronization that Dimmdrive does. Now, one of the significant downfalls to traditional RAM drives are, and this is because the way a RAM drive works is it takes your computer's RAM and it creates a hard drive. Very simple. Dimmdrive has a lot of things that it does in addition to that, and this is one of these things. For a traditional RAM drive, when you turn off your computer no longer has power to it, and your RAM, which is random access memory, gets cleared. So a traditional RAM drive, when your computer turns off, or if it crashes, you lose all data on your RAM drive. So if you copied a game over, and you don't have that game on your hard drive anymore, that game's done. You have to reinstall. If you spent hours playing an RPG and you save the game, and then you turn off your computer and you don't copy files off your RAM drive, you're going to lose all that information, all that stuff, all those things that you did in that game. Or let's say you're playing whatever game and you modified some interface in the game. You spend hours configuring the look and feel of the game and your PC crashes. You lose it all. RAM drives, when your computer loses power, you lose all data. But not Dimmdrive. Dimmdrive has a real-time file syncing. What that means is when you use the Dimmdrive program, it looks at the files that are on your Dimmdrive, and it knows when you've made a change to the data in one of the files, and then it synchronizes that file with your hard drive. And so that's what this video is. It's just going to show you a quick little demonstration. And most of the times, the files that you're going to sync are going to be like game configuration menus, save files for like an RPG game. A game may have an update. Let's say you're playing the game and a patch happens and the game data updates. Dimmdrive will synchronize the save game, your configurations, game data file updates, everything. And I'm going to show you guys how that works. And I'm going to actually show you guys it in real action in a very easy way to understand. So what we're going to do, you notice here at Dimmdrive, I have no Steam games enabled and I don't have any other programs enabled. To do this as like a little test, we're gonna just create a little folder here on my desktop. It's gonna be called, let's just call it file sync test, okay? Inside my file sync folder test, we are gonna create a couple files. Let's see here. Let's bring this over here. We're gonna create two files. We're gonna create a text file. Let's call it, test of text file change, and we're going to create a let's create an image file. Let's see, it's not there. We'll just type MS Paint. So here's MS Paint. We're going to save as desktop. Where is desktop? File sync test. Image test. Okay, so let me make this really small, make this really easy for us. So we have a image file and we have a text file. Let me drag the text file over here. So we have these two files inside of a folder that we have on our desktop called file sync test. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this folder to Dimmdrive. And then we are going to have Dimmdrive use this folder, and then we are going to make changes to this file, and we're going to see if Dimmdrive truly, in fact, changes this file from the Dimmdrive, or sorry, synchronizes the file in the Dimmdrive with the actual file on the hard drive. So let's do that. So here's my folder. Here's this. Let's do a little before and after just to start it out. So let's put this right here. Let's say original text. Let's make the font really big so we can see this a little bit better. Original text, okay? Nothing too original, I guess. We're gonna save it. And whoa, that's not what we wanted. We want to edit. Okay, we're gonna just make a nice square. So this is a square. We're going to put an O in the middle of it, which means original. So before Dimmdrive ran, this is a square, okay? and this says original text. Now we've set up Dimmdrive for this folder, and you saw I dragged this folder, and we're going to tell Dimmdrive to turn on in the Y drive. So, of course it's instant. We're going to click this button right here, or this is going to run my test folder. So you'll notice that this is on my Dimmdrive. Here, let me move this over here a little bit. All right. This is on my Dimmdrive, my Y drive. See? So we're just going to move this to give us some more room. And that's my Y drive right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, which this should say original, right? So we're going to put the Dimmdrive one on the right, and here's my actual hard drive one on the left. So this says original text, but what if I change this and say, what if I say changed by Dimmdrive? Now I'm going to save this. We're going to just file save. But before we save this, here's the, right on the left, this is what the file is on my hard drive. These are the files on Dimmdrive. So the hard drive says original text. We're going to save the Dimmdrive text. So we just saved it. Now what's going to happen is Dimmdrive is going to see that this has changed, and it's going to update it. It's going to update the text file on the original hard drive. And so you can see that there's a swapping of files here, or a notification of files. And if we go back to the original hard drive file, we're going to open this now. Now take a look at that. It says original text. Now we never edited this file. We never edited it. We edited this file, right? So let's change this again. Let's say yo mammy. So again, the file on the left says this. The file on the right says yo mammy. So in here, let me show you guys. So we're not going to save this. We're going to open this right here. This one's going to say yo mammy. Now I'm gonna save this and close it. So save, and then I'm going to close it. And you're going to notice the file sync up here. It just had a new entry. Test of text file changed, and that's what this is called. Now remember, we did not edit this. However, the drive on the right is Dimmdrive's Dimmdrive version of the data on the left. So now imagine this drive on the right is a game, right? And imagine that this is a game configuration menu, or maybe this is a save game file. We've resaved the game, so this save game file is changed, and let's say Dimmdrive crashes, then this goes away. And what we're left with here is hopefully the new version of that file. We open it up, it says yo mammy, which is the new version of that file. So let's do one more test here. We have a graphic file on the original hard drive, and again, if we go to, if we look at where this file is at, this is on the desktop, see? Whereas this one here is on Dimmdrive. We can move this over and you can kind of see it's highlighted on Dimmdrive. So the text file, whoops, let me go back to the edit menu here. The graphic file is a square with a circle. This is the original file on the actual normal hard drive. Now let's go to Dimmdrive. Let's edit this. Let's pretend we're a game, and we've now killed a bunch of monsters, and we've got a rectangle from this monster, we've got a square from this monster, and we've got a how about an Ankh from this monster? Magical Ankh. Oh boy, that's pretty bad. That's one sad Ankh. So let's say we got that from a monster, and now we want to save. We want to save this file. So save. Now imagine for a moment our game has crashed. Our PC has crashed. Everything is gone, right? So to simulate the crash, we're just going to turn Dimmdrive off. So we're going to, let's just close Dimmdrive too. We turned Dimmdrive off. We've closed Dimmdrive, and so what happens to our save game file? Well, let's go to our original game folder, or for our test here, just a file sync test. And we're going to open up that file, which is a save game file, essentially. And look, we now have the Ankh, we now have the triangle, we now have the little rectangle. So what that's shown is that Dimmdrive, don't say this, Dimmdrive has synchronized the files from the actual RAM drive to the actual hard drive without us having to do anything. And that is really important. As a gamer, you know what it means to lose data. You know what it means to spend all day patching a game only to have that game crash, and then you've lost 6 hours of time. Or you know what it means to be a graphic designer and to work 10 hours on a Photoshop document and to lose it. I would lose it if I lost it, if you know what I mean. So file syncing is so important. And that's one of the key things behind Dimmdrive that I've put a lot of time into, and I think you guys will love it. So hopefully this video will go and give you guys a demonstration of what exactly the real-time file synchronization is and how it can actually be useful to you when you're saving games or editing graphic files or doing whatever it is that you're doing. Now, some people will wonder, well, do I have to sync a file with Dimmdrive? What if I'm doing something and I don't want to sync a file? I want to use a file on Dimmdrive, and then I don't want to have that file exist on my hard drive when I'm rebooting my computer. Well, it's really easy to do that. You, for example, let's just turn this off. You'll just, well, let's turn this back on. You can just use Dimmdrive like a normal hard drive. So we've got no Steam games configured. Yeah, let's actually turn this off. We've got no Steam games configured, no anything configured. We have nothing. So for this test, nothing's configured in Dimmdrive. We have the Y drive set up, so let's just start it. Let's start it without configuring any game at all. Let's start it without configuring any programs at all, anything. Well, there we go. We've got nothing configured, and we just click Open Drive, or just, just run Windows Explorer or whatever. Let me just make this a little bit bigger here. And you'll notice that there's a Dimmdrive. There's a Y drive. What did we say? 5 gigabytes in size. So 5 gigabytes in size. 4.99 or whatever that math is there. And if you don't want to synchronize a file, then don't. Just create your own little new let's do contact card. I don't even know what this is. Okay, whatever. I fail at a contact card, but whatever. So this is a normal hard drive. So when you're done with this drive, just click off. And you know what? That window went away. Everything that was on that RAM drive is gone. So you can have Dimmdrive synchronize files if you want. You can have Dimmdrive not synchronize files, or you can do both. You could set up, again, you can set up the file sync test folder, and you could start it. And so we now know from our tests, we now know that these files will sync between Dimmdrive and the hard drive because we just tested that. But at the same time, if we just want to copy files on our own, just create a new folder and go into that folder and do whatever you want. And that folder will not sync, but our files or our game or whatever we want will sync. So hopefully, guys, that is a really good demonstration. And if you guys have any questions about the real-time file sync, or you have any suggestions for Dimmdrive, or you have any success stories or fail stories, I guess, I want to hear all the feedback you guys have. So go to dimmdrive.com, click on forums, or just go to forums.dimmdrive.com and leave all the feedback that you guys have, any questions or anything like that. Again, this program is brand new. It's going to have a crap ton of updates. I'm super excited to add all sorts of things to this. So all the feedback you guys can give, I would love it. Thanks for watching this video, and there'll be more to come.